Okay, next segment. This is the stage where it's a preform. Now I gotta sharpen it up and make it a little more regular. Mm-hmm. And no, I'm not gonna notch it. I'm not going to notch it. Nope, no. I got videos on notching, so don't worry. You can go back and look. But you might say, I know you're gonna say, I don't like watching them over and over and over because I know what's gonna happen. There's no suspense. I don't like it. I like the suspense. That's what they say. Do they really say that? I don't know. I know that some of you guys need a fix. You need the napping fix. And it's got to be new because it's not the same fix if you're watching the same thing over and over. Well, I shouldn't say that because I've watched videos over and over again of the same topic and I still get a fix. But the fix is much better if it's brand new. Yeah. So I will do notching videos. I will still do just specifically notching. Not only because I'm going to redo the beginner series on notching. I will do that while I'm here. I will redo the beginner series on every aspect and redo my playlist. I'm just trying to figure out my schedule right now, scheduling around all the appointments and various tasks. But I will redo the beginner series on notching and stuff, so there'll be plenty of notching. Basic notching, narrow notching, big notching on thick material, big notching on thin material, little notches on thick material, and little notches on thin material. All kinds of notchings. Yeah. Because it's a different mindset with each type of notch, especially with the varying thicknesses of the materials. There's different techniques. Yeah. So there'll be several notching videos for the beginners on my new playlist. Because there's different mindsets for different notchings. Yeah. Some are easy. Some are so impossibly difficult that it depends on luck to do it. Yeah. And that's why sometimes you see one notch exceptionally well done and the other all cruddy on the real artifacts. Because they were depending on luck to get a nice pretty notch, at least on one side. Yep. All right. So is that flat? That's flat enough on that side. I don't care. I don't care if it's not perfect. I just don't want it to be lame, and it looks okay. All right. And while I'm here, I can make another pad for myself too. I've got my woodworking tools up here in Vermont, or I should say in New Hampshire. Across the border is where my storage unit is here in New Hampshire, because it's a lot less expensive in New Hampshire than it is in Vermont for basic stuff. Believe it or not. I don't know why. I will not get into that. I think I do know why, but I'm not going to get into it. Anyway. So, here we go. I'm just going to even this up, regularize it, so I can start with the pressure flaking on the other side to do the beveling. I just need to clean up these edges. Some of them are still too nasty. And I probably should do the percussion thing so I don't wear myself out. Yeah, it's tough raw stone. I have not heat treated any of this yet. What did I do to this? I need a 1/4 inch rod that has a nice round tip instead of... What was I using this for? just for this tip? I guess so. Anyway. Yeah, I don't want to wear myself out too quickly on this raw stone. So, let's just use a little bitty percussion flaker. 1/4 inch steel. Can you see? No? Dang it. Let's see. Now can you see? I can't see. Some people say, you always say that. Always. Yeah, I know. I'm concerned about being able to see or not. That's one of the main things. When I first started napping, I would sit in the napping pit and go to nap-ins, and no one had lights on their nappings. They didn't have these light stands. This is a tripod for 2 lamps that I've got set up. There's one lamp on this side, one lamp on that side, and they're beaming in to this. When I first started napping, no one was using these kind of lights to light up their work pieces. Nobody. And I got tired of it. I was saying, I need light, so I'm gonna use lights. Yeah. So now I go to nap-ins and people got better lights than I do, and I'm jealous. Yeah. I'm jealous of their light setup. But I got some good lights. I just need to set it up. I got better lighting than this. This is just a simple tripod with 2 little shop lamps. You know, those aluminum bell-shaped little shop lamps that's like $7 or $8 each. Cheapos. And then I got little cheap 60-watt bulbs or whatever in those. Maybe it's a 75-watt bulb or something. I don't know. But it's just a low-tech setup. But I got a better setup. I just need to make a few adjustments to that, and hopefully the lighting will be better. Some of you wise guys will say, just nap during the day. The sun is free. The sun is free. Just do it in the sun. It's better than stupid lights. Yes, I know. But I need the daylight for other things. Believe it or not. Yeah, when the days get longer here, I'll be able to use the daylight toward the end of the day. I can't do any flint napping in the mornings because I get interrupted. It's too much to do in the mornings that it's not flint napping related. Too much to get done so that I don't get interrupted. I need to do 100 things before I can do one thing. You know, I got to get rid of all the interruptibles. What is an interruptible? It's the thing that causes interruptions. So I need to get all those out of the way. Because interruptions not only are mentally painful for me, they are physically painful. Oh yes. It messes with you. You know, like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's not just mentally shocking, it's physically. It gives you the EBGBs or whatever. Well, I get interruption EBGBs. It drives me nuts. When I'm in the zone. If I'm not in the zone, if I'm just playing around and going, I don't care. And it's not a big deal. Or if my brain interrupts me because of the ADHD, it's an internal interruption. It's like a distraction. It doesn't bug me. But if I'm in the zone and I must concentrate and I get an interruption, goodness gracious. So I make sure that I don't get those as much as I can. So now you know. Now you know why I wait till the evening. Yeah, I've already got all my stuff done. All my other stuff done. Can you hear me? I'm wondering, sometimes I have to mess with the volume when I'm reviewing my videos, and I'm going, I need to keep a steady voice volume. Yeah. All these little persnickety things, man. I'm not into the persnicketies. I know that I gotta do them. I just don't do them. Alright, what am I doing here? I'm trying to create a nice tip, but I don't think I need to be doing that. Yeah. It's not supposed to be like perfect. So yeah. I'm too used to slowing down and thin the tip really well. That's my habit. But no, I gotta back off a little bit. There is a lump right there I need to get rid of, but that's it. And don't worry, I'm going to start pressure flaking here in a little bit. I'm going to do most of this with percussion, because it can remove some good flakes. Like, I can't do that with pressure. No matter how I try, I don't have the strength yet. Once I get the strength going, oh dang it, I'll be able to do that with pressure. Okay? All right. Yeah. I can't win. Even with percussion, it just still messes up. Why do I keep doing this hobby when there's so many mess ups? I should just go back to making or building miniatures, models and dioramas and miniatures. I like doing miniatures. I remember painting some little armies for people. Back in the day when I was barely out of high school, I would paint little armies for people that did little wargaming. Wargaming with little soldiers, you know, little tiny soldiers in formations. I painted a Civil War battalion or regiment or something like that for a guy that was into Civil War board gaming, or tabletop gaming, I should say. That's the one I remember the most because I got the uniform color a little bit wrong. But he said, I was embarrassed because I said, you know what? Now that I look at these, I got the uniform color incorrect. He said, no, it's good. You know why? I said, yeah, tell me why. Because when I'm out playing in a tournament or whatever, my guys stand out from the other guys. I know where my pieces are because the color is a little bit off. I said, really? He goes, yeah, I know that those are mine. So the color's a little bit off, but it's good. It's unique. I know that they're my pieces, and so does everybody else. Okay, dude. Yeah. Good. That worked out. But since then, though, even though that worked out, I've tried to match colors exactly. If I'm doing a something like a Civil War type unit or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I could be doing that instead of this because there's no risk involved in doing that. Painting miniatures, although there's no money in it, really. Unless you're super fast. Where's my pad? Okay. I was not super fast in painting, although I did have an assembly line technique that worked pretty well. I was able to paint, you know, many miniatures because of my assembly line techniques. And there's no luck involved. As an example, I've had other hobbies too. Yeah. They don't involve as much luck as this, not by far. Not by a long shot. Flintknapping depends so much on luck that it's like gambling almost. Yeah, it's a lot like gambling. Flintknapping is a lot like gambling. And there's people that are good at gambling. How much do they depend on luck to win? There's still a luck factor involved, even if you're good, especially, you know, especially when you're dealing with other people. You cannot predict what they're going to do in many cases, and if your winning depends on other people messing up, you never know if that's going to happen. Unless you cheat and you mess them up on purpose, then that's unethical. You don't want to win that way. No. Some people say, well, winning is everything. It's not the only thing. It's everything. Or it's not everything. It's the only thing. One of those expressions. Winning, that's the only thing that matters. So you do the unethical. Yeah. You can't do the unethical too much with Flintknapping because it's going to catch up to you. You know, if you take shortcuts and try to cheat in Flintknapping, it will catch up to you and you will break stuff. And you will have disappointments where you know, I could have avoided that, but I didn't because I was taking too many chances. Yeah. Should have known better. You can take chances, but you start taking too many chances, and yeah, you'll get messed up. Some people take lots of chances, and they'll get lucky, and they'll film all of their attempts, but they'll only show you their successful attempts. Yeah. They won't show you the failures. So it gives you the illusion that they have control. Yep. Why would people do that? Because some people are control freaks. It's as simple as that. It's that simple. Yes, it is. Best way to explain it. One of the best words in the English language is control freak, because they're out there. How do I know? I don't know. It's not from experience. I'm not saying. I'm not going to talk about it. Nope. All right, so what am I doing? I'm trying to be too perfect. That's what I'm doing. No, I'm just creating a scenario where I can start to do the little beveling on that side. All right, so I'm regularizing the edge. I'm making it look a little bit better. I'm getting ready to do the final pass. It's 19 minutes. It's best that I keep these segments to 20 minutes so it doesn't take forever to upload. You know, and as luck would have it, Monday when I wanted to upload another video besides the auction, the library was closed for President's Day. Oh, if only that things were more predictable. Yeah. You might say, well, it's predictable because the President's Day is on the calendar. Yeah, but some places were open. I could do other stuff, but no, the public library. Yeah, I should have known the public library would be lame. It'd be closed. You know, I should put a notice on the door. What if I wanted to research presidents on President's Day? You close the library, I can't look at the books on presidents. I should do that. You ruined my day. I was gonna research presidents on President's Day at the library. Yeah. Don't need no libraries no more anyway, because we got the internet. The internet was not closed. Yeah. It's funny how that works. I don't want to give them no ideas though. I bet you they already closed the internet at certain times of the year, or make it harder for you to search for stuff during certain times. So yeah, we're gonna close this down at this time. We're gonna close that down. No one's gonna know because we don't close it like we won't close it. It's in an obvious way. It just make it harder for you to search for stuff during certain times. Yeah. It won't be as obvious as you can't research presidents on President's Day at the library. It won't be that obvious. It'll be something subtle. Something subtle. You're just making it up. We can research anytime we want. We don't need no stinking library. I know. It just got me ticked. It got me a little bit ticked. Because, you know, I don't mind not being able to do something, believe it or not, in some cases. I really didn't want to sit in the library going, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum, waiting for this stuff to upload. I got stuff to do. Burning daylight. But yeah, like this week, I'm probably going to have to sit in the library going dum-de-dum-dum-dum-dum, and I'm doing my twinkle fingers while I'm uploading the videos. But it's like lightning fast at the library. I don't know how they do it. I'm like 5 minutes from the library. I just walk down the street and I get pop right into the library. It's literally 5 to 7 minutes away. If I was back in my other town in Texas, I could probably just hook up to the Wi-Fi. It's that close. Nah, it's not that close. But it seems that way, right? Anyway, I just walk down the library and it's so much faster. How is it that they got so much better internet than we do at the house? I don't know. It's something got to do with the government. Yep. Something. Okay. All right, so yeah, this is coming along well. I'm just going to bevel it all the way around. It's on 24 minutes. I already went over my time. Trying to make it look too perfect. And yapping this whole time. But yeah, it's a yap video. Okay. It's a yip yap nap video. So what I'm going to do is just bevel it in one direction all the way around. And we'll see if it looks Plano-convex. Yeah. And some of you might say, well, you napped it so it will look Plano-convex. That's what you just spent 15 minutes doing. making sure. Yeah, I gotta admit, I was making sure that it would look Plano-convex, because where would we be if it didn't look like what I wanted it to look like? Yeah. We'd be in the land of, well, I thought I was going to come out to look that way. You know, I was thinking of making a video where it was Plano-convex, but it didn't turn out. That wouldn't be good. Yeah. I mean, when I first started napping, that would happen once in a while. And with more experience, you do have more control. Yeah. Yep. And what that means is some of these control freaks are sitting there in the garage until all hours of the night, trying to perfect their napping so that they can have control. And they'll sit there and nap and nap and nap. Obsess over it. They'll throw the work pieces across the room that don't cooperate. Get all bent out of shape. I'll teach you. You're consumacious. Or contumacious. There's a word that means that you are resistant. Out of spite. Yeah. There's actually a word in English that means resistance out of spite. And that's what the rock does. You didn't know? Contumacious? I think that's the word. I don't know. It has to do with contrarianism and stuff. I don't know. I'll look it up later. Okay? I listened to too many philosophy videos. Or I watched too many philosophy videos. And psychology and anthropology. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the question. I'm looking for answers to the question, how did they used to do that back in the day with just stupid tools? It's not just the tools. It's not just the techniques. It's not just the skill. It has to do with mindsets as well. Some people are obsessive compulsive. Some people overcompensate, and it existed back in the day. You don't need to make it that perfect, but they couldn't help themselves. They had to achieve perfection because they had some kind of weird thing going on in their brain. Not everybody, but there's a lot of them out there. And we often praise those perfect ones as the height of skill. But you don't know. It could be someone who had some mental illness that could not stop until he made it perfect. And obsessed over it. Wasted everybody's material. Stood on top of the quarry and said, I am master of quarry. Do not get my stuff. I need to use it all because I need to make them perfect. So I'm going to use all of this material so it can satisfy my perfection craving. Yeah. You don't think that's a thing? You don't think so? Oh, you haven't been around very long. You'll see. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. It's 29 minutes. So what that looks like is round on one side and flat on the other. See that? You can finally see it now that I'm showing it to you. Plano-convex. Convexity. Or lenticularity. Yeah. How's that for a good word? If it is a good word, if it is a word, it's a good one. If there's such a word as lenticularity, there's lenticularity that on that side, and there's flatness on that side. Okay? And I think it's a good strategy for sharpening. Because when it gets dull, you just, grind it a little bit more and then just nap all the way around. It's actually not difficult to do it this way. It's not that difficult. You just got to set it up ahead of time. Yeah. Flatten one side and make sure it's not too lumpy on this side, because you want it to be reasonably thin so you could haft it. Yep. All right. I think it came out okay. It's a fairly translucent and it's a nice material. I got rid of the cortex at the tip. It feels a little bit dull. I don't know if yeah, I'm not going to pick at it. There's a dull spot there somewhere. Like that right there. Yeah. That's okay. All right, that's it. Let's see. Yeah. All right. There you go. That's it.